Certain types of behavior will knowingly turn off others, such as being arrogant, selfish, difficult, or a troublemaker. But just because you don't act this way, it doesn't always mean that you're the most liked person in the room. In fact, you could be doing things that, unbeknownst to you, make people walk in the opposite direction. So here's a look at 5 things that can make people secretly dislike you. Number 1, being too nice. From a young age, we're taught that being kind and nice is how you win people over. But while most people do prefer a smiling face and positive attitude over a frown and negativity, depending on how you play your nice card, you could turn off others without even realizing it. There's nothing wrong with being nice, and we should all strive to be. But one thing that some people fail to realize is that niceness is best served when balanced. So if you serve up too much in a single scoop, you're more likely to be seen as annoying, and of course, nobody likes an annoying person. People who are too nice usually fear rejection or being unliked, so they often bend over backwards for the approval of others. But the effort can backfire because their niceness doesn't always feel genuine. Instead, it can come off as dishonest. An example of this can be over-complimenting someone. Saying you like another person's hairstyle or outfit is generally well received, but if you go overboard and compliment someone from head to toe every time you see them, it can start to feel a little insincere or fake. Another example of being too nice is constantly insisting on helping someone or offering them something even after they've politely declined several times. While you may view this as being nice, others might view this as being pushy. Number 2, self-pity. Allowing yourself to vent can release tension and frustration, helping you feel less stress. And there's nothing better than having emotional support when going through a tough time. So when friends and family offer a shoulder to cry on, you accept with open arms. But while venting is a healthy way to deal with life, and you shouldn't keep your feelings bottled up, things can take a turn for the worse when you become a walking woe is me billboard. You become fixated on everything that's going wrong, and you then share this fixation with anyone who will listen. Self-pity doesn't only drain your mental strength, it also drains the mental strength of others. You develop a pattern of seeking attention, compassion, and empathy from others, yet you don't reciprocate this because you can't see past your own problems. Getting too attached too soon. Sometimes we meet a person and instantly click with them. Maybe you have a lot of the same interests, you work in the same field, or have identical personalities, and you're thinking this could be the best friend you never had. Naturally, you're excited to nurture that friendship, and of course, communication is the number one way to do this. Just know that the word clingy isn't only used to describe some romantic relationships, it can also apply to friendships, and unfortunately, this is one of the fastest ways to lose a friend. In your mind, you like the person, you have fun with them, and naturally you want to spend time with them. But being too attached, especially early in a relationship, is a sign of insecurity. And while you might view texting often and always wanting to hang out as a sign of affection, others might feel that you're coming on a bit too strong and stop returning your calls. Asking too many questions. Asking questions is by far one of the easiest ways to break the ice in social settings. If you show interest and get the other person to open up and talk, you can then have a conversation. But while questions are good, because let's be honest, a lot of people enjoy talking about themselves, going into a conversation with 21 questions in your back pocket doesn't always guarantee walking away with a new friend. If anything, the person might try to get as far away from you as possible, especially if the interaction starts to feel more like an interrogation than a friendly chat. So go easy. It's okay to ask questions and show interest, but you must also participate and share your feelings on the topic. And finally, a weak handshake. A strong, firm handshake can make a good first impression, and it's often a sign of confidence. And when others view you as confident or self-assured, they're more likely to like you and trust your abilities. This is why a firm handshake is crucial during a job interview. But an interview isn't the only place where a handshake can make or break a deal. A handshake can also win over or turn off people in social settings, even if they don't realize it themselves. A limp or weak handshake might not seem like a big deal, especially when you're not trying to sell yourself as the best candidate for a job. But regardless of who it is, your handshake is the first impression, and a weak shake can give the impression of low self-confidence or having an indifferent attitude. Self-confidence, it can affect us socially because as humans, it creates an aura that draws in people. So if others feel that you lack confidence, they might not be as drawn to you. So tighten up that grip and go in for the win.